bit late, don't know if I'm live, I haven't got a clue. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. So, I don't know if there's anybody going to be about this morning, but I'm just going to have a little chat. So I'm looking at my daffodils in the garden that I put in the other day, at weekend I think it was. I mean Saturday morning, I can't remember. It makes me happy. I'm just going to give it a few minutes to see if anyone comes in, because I was over listening to somebody else's live chat before Joanne done. Hi Pixie, Rachel Pixie, I'm glad you're in. Nice to see you. And I've just, because I'm cleaning this room, I was just, this was on the window that my boyfriend got me. I don't know if it was for my birthday the other year or so ago. And I just thought, well, yeah, the moon and the sun, the dark and the light side of ourselves, we all have it. You know, sometimes we have to come away from the dark side of ourselves. Actually, I'm going to hang that up on my little chimey thing so I can see it. But I just thought I'd come on for a little break because I'm off work today and tomorrow. I start a new job on Wednesday. So I'm going to sort of talk about that in a minute because it fits in with everything that's sort of going on at the minute in a way. So thank you. So it's not going to be a long chat, and then I'm going to do a card pull from Oracle 7 Fairies and Oracle of the 7 Energies, Oracle of the Fairies and Heart and Soul. So yeah, but I wouldn't say it's my soul job. It'd be working alongside my soul job until my soul job comes in more. Which I'll try and explain that as well, because I saw somebody over on Joanne Dunn's channel saying about something about their job and how it's not maybe aligning with what they thought they were going to do. Sometimes it doesn't work the way you expect it. It works in different ways, which I'll try and explain my outlook on it. I think that's what I'm going to talk about. I didn't know what I was going to talk about, but that's what I'm going to talk about. So yeah, there's something coming. I don't think it'll be today, but there's something coming that I really had to trust in the universe that if I purchased it for my own development as well as others, and it's a service to others as well, not look at like how much it was, just trust the universe that it's okay, because not that I have to give out a reason why, but I don't go out a lot. I was out at weekend with friends, we had a really good laugh and everyone was letting their hair down, which was nice to see friends that haven't been together for a while together after, you know, what's been going on in the world. And we haven't been on a holiday really, like abroad you could say, since the whole, you know, what happened, because there's no way I'm having certain things to do that at the minute, and it doesn't really bother me. We were camping in the whole craziness in the world. We were camping and doing sort of holidays in the UK, which is fine because the UK is beautiful too, especially when you get the good weather. I'm thinking more of going away. We're thinking more of going away probably next year, maybe some weekend breaks because things are easing up in other places, but maybe, I don't know, Thailand or somewhere next year, something like that. So that's okay. So what I'm trying to say is, because we haven't done anything like that, where obviously you have to save a bit of money to do all that, I've really treated myself to something, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. It's good to switch off now and again. Oh, of course it is. So I've bitten the bullet, and I just thought, fuck it. Fuck it. If they have to pull the reins in a little bit and not have certain things we've been having that we don't really need, because in lockdown we got mega lazy. Mark, I was going to say howdy Mark, and we got a bit lazy with things like having takeouts when we couldn't be bothered, and that's not a thing I normally do. So that was crazy, because it's like, that's proper lazy, and they're not always that good. We make better food than normally when that comes. So just reining it in a bit and realising not to do that. But we got lazy in lockdown, and probably a lot of people did, I don't know, but I have treated myself and you guys to, can you guess? Yep, same here. We all got lazy, but the thing is, I don't hold it to myself, like kick myself about it. It's like, it was part of how we were feeling, certain things that were going on, all this stuff that's going on. Releasing and letting go, which I've talked about forever. I'm talking about cleansing and cleaning, and that's what Joanne Dunn was talking about today on her chat, and she pulled some cards, and I've been saying that I've been saying it for months, letting go, cleansing and cleaning. We've had cards on it about 3 times. I'm surprised they don't come out again. I am cleansing and cleaning my Reiki room, my healing room, because there was still stuff in here that didn't need to be in here, and I couldn't get my head around taking it out, because I do hoard things a little bit. Some people do, things with memories and stuff like that, but I thought, yeah, it doesn't actually need to be in this room. And even though I have been letting go and getting rid of stuff, there was just a little bit more, or it definitely needs packing away in the loft for when I need to get it out, not just there like I might get it out. It's like, it's there, because I always do go back to stuff, especially if you're an artist and you create. It's hard if you're not into art and you don't do certain stuff. It is quite hard to, you just accumulate a lot of stuff because it's art stuff, if you get what I'm saying, but it all doesn't need to be in here. There's a few bits, because a few bits will be creative with my healing room, which I got in the other day, like, yeah, do that, that's still creative, this creative thing that you have to do. I always feel I have to do, but new camera, no, I'm on the computer. No, it's just a thing because I'm sat in the light. So, yeah, I was getting new ideas in again. I thought, brilliant. And it's funny because I was watching a little interview someone sent me with Elon Musk, not talking about him. It was just how he said how he grew up, and he was always getting ideas in, and he thought it was normal, and he realised there was kids that didn't always get ideas in, and they always thought it was weird. I've been like that. I've always had ideas, not saying I've always put it forward, but I've always had ideas streaming in. And you're like, whoa. That's, I think, why I go off doing lots of stuff sometimes, and I can't make my mind up whether I want to do this, and this. And I sort of resonated with a lot he was saying, and he was also saying about if there's people who think of things in the world, but they're not putting it out there because of, I don't know, they don't have faith in themselves, or this, that, and the other, or don't have the finances. But he can do that. I'm talking about with good intentions. Then he knows that's what he's got to do. I'd just say watch that space for that guy anyway. That's becoming rather interesting anyway. Like, observing, not absorbing. So, yeah, can you guess what you think I may have treated us all to? See, this isn't just for me. This is for other people to help heal. So, I'm going to give you a clue. Can you guess? It's not this. Can you guess? Why is it saying there's nobody in the chat when there is? That's weird. It's not weird, but can you guess? It really did make me feel a bit sick, but I did think, no, I'm going to trust the universe where it's taking me with all of this. So, can anyone who's in chat right now guess what it might be? Just let me check that. That's... Nope, not a new drum, no. Funny you should say drum, because my drum, it's a C drum. And I don't know where my other little bingy bongy drum is. It's in the house somewhere. I've got to think, I think it's in the unit in the front room. I've got a few musical instruments. Yeah, it's not long enough, my C drum, to move about enough. It needs to be bigger, but I had problems with that because it's quite loud on this audio, even my phone audio, because yeah, I think I've got to sit back further. I always think I have to sit up to the camera because I'm so used to sitting up to the camera. I've got to sit back. Yes, Rachel, but how many? guess. Think of chakras. I was having a heart attack, but yeah. I've been thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And I didn't get any help for it. So, you know, thinking about it, yeah. So I worked out it's actually cheaper to buy them all together than it was to buy them separate, because that heart chakra bowl I've got anyway was the first one I got. Well, I've got a Tibetan singing bowl as well, but I thought, oh, I'll just buy them separately. But it's actually going to work out dearer to do that, even though they are dear, but it's an investment. And we talk about investments in ourselves because we have to make investments in ourselves, you know. People go crazy about that, especially in the spiritual community. It's like you're supposed to make investments in yourself, especially if it's for the intentions to help others as well, which mine is. So I've bit the bullet last night and thought, fuck it, I'm doing it. You know, it's going to be good. And I'm absolutely in love with that one anyway. And there's many things I want to do with that. So I'm investing in myself. It'll invest back anyway. And I'm going with my intuition for myself, not anybody else, myself and my journey through healing and helping others to heal as well. So I've also felt mega shifts the last week from my dark side to my light self. Yeah, and proper focused. I feel more focused than I ever done before, because there's been a lot of distractions on here, elsewhere and everywhere, like there always is and probably always will be with certain stuff. Like I put a post up today, I saw a lovely quote saying, you know, we all know this anyway, when you begin to find your gifts and shine your light, there will always be people that want to pull you down. All you've got to do is keep shining bright, because there will always be that, because there are always people out there who will also lift you up. So you just don't give in and you follow the right thing for yourself. We're all doing different things. So the job thing, so I can't wait for them to come. I'm so excited. So the job thing is, so I was at a job with a load of women, and I'm not going to go into it too much, and there were some things, and I knew I'd be let go at some point because I was just on agency, which is sort of good in a way, not because you're not in a contract, and you can go when you want, but they can get rid of you when they also want to, which was a bit of a pain, because you've got to trust you'll get something else. But the only thing was, I'd been there 8 to 9 months because they wanted to keep me and this girl on, because the other agency they got rid of, because we actually worked. But I also learned a lot of things while I was there with people's energy, you know, getting back out in the world, how people are. I've got certain beliefs in certain things that have been going on for the past 2 years. Some of them didn't. Some of them have had the, you know what, I haven't. But there was no arguments about it, which was brilliant. But we all had different opinions on stuff. But I know that I made some great friends there, and I made some friends with some Polish people. There was different people there from different countries, younger than me, and I only got told on last Thursday, that they were letting me go on the Friday. So can you imagine? I was like, oh, but I thought, I trust it'll either give me more time to do in my healing room, or I'll get another job and it will go alongside it until it's ready to go full force. I have said a story before about a guy who was working and his modality was healing, but he still worked a so-called normal job, because I noticed somebody was over on Joanne's channel earlier on, and they were saying about how with the shift about if they left their job, they were worried about financial, you know, currency, which most people do because it's fear. But I think some people don't understand as well. Jobs are going to stay in the new world that are aligned with the truth and they're not nefarious. So even if you are in a so-called normal job, that maybe isn't your soul job, because there's a soul job as well. Some people are lucky enough to do the soul job. Some people do it alongside their normal job until maybe they do the crossover. And sometimes that can take time, sometimes it not. It just depends. Or sometimes people do the so-called normal job alongside with the so-called soul spiritual job, because they also like their physical job and they like both, so they're in both. So you can do that. I think people think they can't do that, or, you know, if you're quite happy in somewhere that you're working, but you also may be happy doing something else, healing or whatever it is, because it's all different alongside that job. So that's where I'm at the minute with things anyway. That's just how it has to be at the minute. So on the Friday, I'm finishing work and I'm laughing because I'm finishing early, going, oh, you know, because it was getting a bit monotonous there, a bit boring, and it was physical. I got up early. I'm going to be getting early up this other one and leaving later and all that, but I'm not. I'm just thinking, just go see what I've seen of it. The staff room looks amazing. It's got like pool tables in there and all sorts, but yeah, it looked more like teamwork, because where I was at before, there were some people that weren't doing teamwork, which was a bit annoying at the place, because a place ain't going to pull together if it's a teamwork. It's like what's going on now in the world. We're all pulling together unity, so that's what you've also got to do at a working place. So I'm just going to see how it goes, because like I said, I don't have to stay if I don't want to, because I'm not on a contract, but some places do take you on after, so I will see. It's a bit nearer to home, but what I'm thinking is, the place I was at before, when I left on Friday, I wanted to give all the girls that I worked with something there, because I just worked with girls, that was it. And I had a bracelet on that you'll have seen me wore before, and it was a big rose quartz nugget, big, they were about that big bracelet. I can't remember how many girls at work anyway. So what I did was, I broke my bracelet and I gave every person a piece of rose quartz crystal, and I had enough for everybody that I worked with. So I was glad that it worked out on my bracelet, that I had a piece for everybody. I also was thinking, I gave a bit of light there, and there's some people that, if they're ever watching, I think they know where they were younger, we had discussions about mindsets, where we're meant to be in the world, what we want to do, and I'm staying friends with those people, and I will see them again, because I'm not the sort of person who has to let go just because I've moved on to another job, and I hope to see them again, and hopefully they'll come from AK, because a girl did from that works, and I'm thinking at this other works where I'm going, see, this is how it can work, that if you're giving out the light in a place, there may be people there that need help, because there's going to be a lot of people that need help in the workplace, and they could come to me, and there's a lot more people there. It's a big place I'm going to than compared to before, which is a very, very small place. So if I, will end up talking about what I do, because I do that, I share everything, near enough everything. That's a lovely gift to give, yeah. So that's how it can work alongside a job that you're in that may not be your sole job, it's just your sort of mundane job. And if you're helping people at work and they're seeing what you're like, they may want to come and try out your whatever it is. And that could be anything. It doesn't have to be healing, it could be anything, because anything's healing really in art, cooking, whatever it is that you're doing. But this is how I'm saying it can work. Don't get too tied up in, oh my God, I haven't got this soul job out there, I can't transition over yet. You may do, or you may do it in a different way. I did tell you the story once about a guy who worked at some job, and he didn't really like his job, but he loved it when he got home. That's why I said you have to have your own sanctuary at home to shut the world out. But he wasn't really into his boss at work, and he just loved to get home with his cat, and he did some sort of healing practice and helped other people after work, and that's what he really concentrated on and focused on after work. So work wasn't really his thing. He didn't really enjoy it that much, and he used to think the boss was a bit blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I can't remember what happened in the story, but he started to change his outlook on stuff to be like, when I go to work, I'm going to start being nice to the boss, because he always tried to stay away from the boss, thinking the boss would give him loads of tasks and it wasn't fair and this, that and the other. And in the end, he changed it and would say hi in the morning compared to what he used to do, and then hi red dawn, and then that became easier and more positive energy, and things begin to change. And then it got easier at work, and he loved his mundane job, let's say, but he also still did his soul job of healing after at home. So he was in two worlds, but quite happy with that. So like I said, people go on about the two worlds that are, separating, and that it's more of a consciousness, I believe. It's not actually, I think Joanne Dunn was saying, she doesn't see it as two planets separating and you're jumping on that one. It's like consciousness rising. There's going to be people still in that realm of consciousness, but there's still going to be jobs about that were the same before, because they were aligned to, let's say, positive and the good, not nefarious, if you know what I mean. So it's not all bad. People go on about, if it's this sort of job or that sort of job, it must be bad because it must be part of the dark side. It's like, not necessarily. And if they have a consciousness awakening, then they'll drop things and move forward and maybe bring the good in. So it sort of works like that as well. So we've got Rachel in, we've got Red Dawn, I think we have Mark in, and it says there's 10 people, so I don't know who else is there watching, but it does say there's 10 people. Thumbs up, people, it helps. So yeah, if you get what I'm saying, don't be down if you think you're not in your soul job yet, or you know there's something. Sometimes it comes in so differently. Like there was a woman on Mark Atwood's show the other day. I've actually just received something, and sorry, I've got like crap in the background from tidying up. And she was going on about the lunar phases with your hair. Now, it's great working with lunar phases, and I think we've got a full moon or something coming in this weekend, because if you work with them, you know, it's brilliant. I've always known there's certain, you know, your planets, and there's certain herbs and things that work with planets. And they were showing a book about moon time, which I got myself, which I'm going to read. I've got quite a few books on the moon, but I was interested in this one. Not that it's about that, because it's not. But she was saying how she always wanted to be a hairdresser, which is funny, because I used to always want to be a hairdresser when I was younger. You know, when you're like, oh, a hairdresser or an artist or something like that, or helping people. It's always been helping people. And she actually does, like, lunar hairdressing, and it does a calendar. I can't explain it. You'd have to go and check it out on his channel. How you want to, how would you say it, like, make things faster with your hair growing or slow it down for the areas that you don't want. Anyway, she was basically saying that she is like a cosmic hairdresser, but it's not a hairdresser in our world, what we would know it as a normal hairdresser. So things can come in unexpectedly, as we know. Sometimes they're not as you would think it would be. Like, she's not a normal hairdresser. It's different. It's more with the cosmic energies and stuff like that. So it's hilarious when you look at things, or how long it takes you to get back round to where you were really starting from anyway, which you knew anyway. But it can take you a long time, because we have distractions, we have things and obstacles and people trying to get in your way to sort of stop you, because it is like an initiation of, are you going to stop or are you going to push forward? Even if it slows down a bit, or even if you get stuck on your path a little bit, or sort of stop for a little bit and you get back on it, it's up to you how sort of, I won't say fast you want to go, because we're just moving things out the way, we're moving obstacles out the way. It's a bit like, I won't say the Matrix, a bit like being on a game, and you're moving them bits out the way to see. It's like like, you can move over, that can move over, that's not my energy, they're not my thoughts. Yeah, I'm just moving through all the shit and all the negative energy, and I'm moving it all that way, and I'm carrying on. That's personally how I see it. And I have been in that realm of, like I said, the sun and the moon, we have the dark and light sides, where I have fell into traps of looking at things I shouldn't have been looking at, getting involved with silly things where you just think, what's that? And you know, and then you realise it's just energy trying to stop you shining your light. But I've always got through that anyway, and I know I always will. No matter how long it takes me, I always will, because I always reflect. I've done a lot of reflecting in the past 3 weeks. I felt a lot of shifting again. I know I've still got a lot more, because, like I said, we're all imperfectly perfect. We all go about unconditional love, and it is unconditional love, but we actually come from unconditional love, and we've just got to realise that it's what we are anyway. We're just realising that we're all imperfectly perfect, and that's okay. Everybody judges, everybody gets triggered, everyone does this, that and the other. Anyone who's saying they don't is basically not telling the truth, because we all do it and we all learn from it, and then we all get through it, and that's how we realise we're all the same, and we really shouldn't be judging each other anyway. The only thing is, we're just finding out what works for us, the best way to come from traumas, childhood traumas, because that's normally where it starts, and finding our way back to ourselves of what we came here to do, to be happy and help others, and spread that word and that energy just like Jesus did, let's say, and whoever. So that's how I see it. So I'm just going to refresh this. Personally, that's how I see it myself anyway. So I'm going to pull some cards. I don't know if you all saw the lovely, I mean, I've got a massive one up here, you can see it, the lovely window catchers I made, a window catcher I made, a sun catcher I made a friend, because it was a birthday weekend. She loved it. I'm going to be making some more of them, because I've got some bits left. They'll be going over on my Instagram page. There's going to be lots of beautiful things that I'm going to be bringing in for healing for people, because I had loads of downloads for myself this weekend, and I was like, yes, I understand now what I'm doing and how I can bring my creativity in with that, and I'm quite excited. I'm not sharing on here yet, going to get that going because I understand how that works with energy when you're sharing too much sometimes, and you just keep it to yourself for a little bit till you get it out. So that's what I'm going to be doing, because that's what came in. So it sort of protects that thing that you're putting out, so you know it's not getting sabotaged in a way before you get it out. So what I'm going to do is I've got 3 card decks I'm going to pull from, and I'm going to go with my favourite number, the 7 energies. See what energy we're in coming forth. But like I said, I've had to trust the universe with what I've just purchased, that I know it'll come back anyway. I've had to trust myself with this job that I start on Thursday. I've just took 2 days off to get my head in the headspace too. I know it sounds mad, some people might not need to do this. I'm going meeting new people again. I've had to come from a place that I've been at to 8 to 9 months or whatever, met some really nice people, and then come away from there and I've got to start again and meet a load more other people, more people because this place is bigger, and men because I only was working with women. So I'm actually looking forward to working with men because it was quite hard working with a load of women. You know what women can be like, it was just women. Can you imagine normal moon cycles and everything, bonkers. So imagine when there was a full moon, it was bonkers. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing what opportunities could come. That doesn't mean just with the work there, whatever it is that I'm going to be doing. I don't know what I'm going to be doing at the minute, but the opportunities that could come forward with healing for people and what I may see, because this is what I'm saying about being back. You have to be also out in the world to help people as well. I can be on here, but I'm also out in the world and seeing what I can do there and watching the energies work, and I'm learning more because I'm out in the world with people, learning about people's energies is where I'm learning more, you know, back at work and stuff like that. So it's going to be really, yeah, but I'm trusting that. I'm trusting in the universe. It's meant to be how it's meant to be at the minute, and the way it's meant to be going is the way it's meant to be going. So let's see. Now I've got 7 people in chat. Great, Jay. When I worked with lots of women, I felt like I was in cell blockade. So did I, in a way. Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, starting a new job tomorrow as well. Exciting and anxious. Yeah, I'm sort of, I don't get nervous anymore because I'm older, but I know what you mean. It's a bit like, wonder, because it's never as bad as you think it is. That's what you've always got to remember. It's never as bad as you think it is. I think it's just being the new person all the time, you know, because I got used to not being the new person. Then I'm going to be the new person again. I've got to work out who's who and what's what, because you'll always get the same characters at a job. You know, I had them at the place I worked at before. You'll always get the one who's funny. You'll always get the one that's moody. You'll always get the one that doesn't want to pull together. But we will see. But it's been fun trying to work people out. And at the job I was at just gone, I work people out straight away, so it was quite funny to watch. So yeah, thank you, Rachel. Yeah, and good luck with your new job. But there are a lot of people swapping jobs now, moving, reassessing their life, shifting because of the shifts that are coming in. So when I came home on Friday, I had to tell my boyfriend that I'd lost my job. I didn't want to tell him was that I'm going to tell him, because he's a Capricorn. He's more, you got to do this, and he's more earthy, and I'm always like, oh, just trust the universe, because that's how it's always happened in my life. Something's always just come in. It might not be what I personally think I needed at the time, but something comes in, even if the job isn't right straight away. It's there just for them till I sort myself out. So I just had to trust. So I told him, and he was a bit more like, oh. I was just like, ah. And the next minute I get a text, you've got a job that starts on Monday, and I was like, I'll start on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Because I thought I'll just have 2 days to get my head in a space. Which reminds me, just let me check on something. I'll just check in my astrology book because, yeah, Team Kai. I think I always get mixed up with these days. So I don't know why this book isn't in the right order of days, but we will see. Yeah, so it's always Mars. So isn't it funny how I start a new job on Wednesday, which is Mercury, which is communication and learning? Mark, if you start tomorrow, yours is Mars. I'm always funny on a Tuesday, but Mars. But that's all right, because that's assertion, if I'm saying that right, and action. So you're taking action, you've got a new job. That's competition, survival, strength, capacity for action, courage and daring. So you've got the courage, you know, you've got some courage to go to start again. It can be do with anger, sexual drive, fighting spirit, energy, vital, conflict, but it's more about, without Mars, it says we could lack the energy that spurs us on. So Mark, you just have the energy that spurs you on tomorrow to start your new job. But that's why I never try to get in any arguments on a Tuesday, because it's Mars and it has got punch bags at the top, boxing gloves. Because if Tuesdays are always a bit weird, if you ever see anyone arguing or acting like they're in competition or all that, just think Mars energy, just stay away, just don't even get in it. But I'm actually going to work on a Wednesday, and that's communication and learning. It's to do with language, communication, learning, ideas, trade and commerce, siblings exchange, youth education, thoughts, opinions, and factual memory. So it is, Mercury is our own personal messenger, describing how we learn and perceive, and then how we communicate to others our knowledge and perceptions of the world around us. Which was funny, because I was just saying, going into that job, I'll be meeting new people with new opportunities. You could go out in the world and you could do certain things, and you get to know people at a job like me with doing the healing. They could come for healing with me, and in the end, maybe I'll leave that job and just do the healing. Who knows? But yeah, it's brilliant. So yeah. Sorry, I was just reading something in there. Yeah. So I always refer to that book, because I always get Wednesday and I don't know why, Wednesday and Tuesday mixed up. Because I noticed at work, when I was at the other job, people seemed a bit more pissed off on a Tuesday, and sometimes I was like, oh, don't even get into an argument on a Tuesday. So funny. Let's see what the card's saying. Yeah, so a lot of people could be watching after, might be moving to new jobs and feeling a bit nervous. You just got to remember, first few days, yeah, couple of weeks, you don't feel like the new person anyway. It's never as bad as you think it is. I mean, I'm learning new things that I never did before, because mine's always been in the caring profession that I've done. This is totally different, so I am out of my depth sometimes with it, but I have quite enjoyed it in some senses, and thought, well, it's learning something else and more, learning about people. So we will see. I've really got to harvest these dandelions in my garden. I might be in Manchester in a couple of months, and if you want to meet up for a drink and a chat, it would be lovely to meet you. Oh, red dawn, lovely. It would be cool. Let me know. I think you've emailed before, haven't you? And you're on my Facebook, aren't you? Aha. Oh, and I just want to say, just put it out there, on Saturday night I went out to a party, and I met a girl that lived around the corner from me, that used to do, she did eyelashes or something. I'd heard about her, but she knew my sister, and then she knows my boyfriend's friends, and she lived around the corner, and then we were out dancing, and her and her brother know all about the number 17, and all that sort of stuff, and I was like, what? You live around the corner? She's like, yes. Oh my God, you need to come to my house and have a chat with me over a brew. And yeah, I've been following you actually on Instagram. I went, you've been following me on Instagram? How did I not know? And it was just funny. I was like, oh my God. So it was just hilarious. So I found a new friend who I can talk to things about. It's hilarious. So I was laughing about that. And then I had a friend who went to America, and she's like, she's not really into Mr. T, but she was like, I saw T Towers and I took a picture for you because I thought about you. I went, oh, did you? I went, I have been there, but to the one in New York. But yeah, it was hilarious. Thank you, Red Dawn. Oh, you used to live there 6 years. Oh, right. Well, it's nice to meet people in real life sometimes, because, like I said, you can't tell who anyone is until you meet them in real life. People, you know, it's like people on the internet everywhere. They go on about certain things. People judge. You know, I've judged, people judge, everybody judges, and said until you meet somebody face to face, you actually, it's not the same. But I have had that, and I have met people when me and Roxanne did a meet up in my area, and about 30 people came. So, you know, you never know, it might be a future thing. This one jumped. We've got number 12, bearing fruit. Yeah, keep me posted. And it's got a little butterfly and a star on it. I don't know if you can see. Beautiful picture. It's like red taking action. Bearing fruit. I'm going to look in this book because this, I haven't had this for ages. I just love the picture. It's like the spirit of the tree in the middle, if you can see. Because the fruits are, to me, the fruits are what you're going to bear the fruits of what you've been putting in. Your energy is going to bear the fruits of, is that the right thing to say? Of what you give out. You know, if you're a tree growing fruit, if you're a bit of a negative tree, you're going to have like shitty, not very nice tasting fruit. But, you know, it's a bit like Dr. Emoto and the water experiment. If you're a tree that's bearing fruit with positive energy, you're going to be ripe, tasty, sweet. People are going to want to come and pick your fruit because it's good fruit. So I don't know what this is going to say. So let's see. It says, just show you the picture again. It's number 12, 3, Trinity. Birthing the results of hard work. Yeah. It's like what you sow, you know, what you sow. Idea or consistence through manifested into form the relationship between the external world and the internal world of feelings and beliefs. If your life were a tree, that fruit would it bear. That's what I've just said. Envision the results of efforts you put into achieving your dreams and desires, partnership with the divine. You can see the way you think, feel and believe reflected in the material world. There is always a correlation between what you see, what you expect to see, what you intend consciously and what you project unconsciously. Everything is intrinsically connected. Magic flows through you from the unseen world into the world you perceive, moving from the realm of reality to ordinary reality. You birth ideas and thoughts into form, which was what I was talking about before. Bring your most cherished desires to fruition. Not all ideas will bear sweet fruit. Sometimes you will reap a sour and bitter harvest based on your sense of your personal narrative and your assumptions about others, which is what basically I just said. You are in a powerful and fertile season of your life. When you're particularly good at making things happen with very little effort, pay close attention to what you're manifesting now. From your career to your personal relationships, which is what I was just talking about as well. From your career to your personal relationships, your influence is strong at this time. If you don't like what your life is yielding, prune the proverbial tree and get in alignment with what is genuinely right. Pruning it means get rid of it. This is what we've been talking about for ages. Get rid of the bits that don't serve you. Remember you birth into the world what you pay most attention to and consistently hold within as your truth. Be clear about what you intend. Can you make this commitment? This is why I've been saying focus on yourself, focus on you. You've got to fill your cup before you can fill anybody else's. And this is why I've always said focus, focus, focus to people out there that don't focus on what they need to do. You know, so basically that card was right with what I was saying. I just feel like taking one more out of this deck because I haven't done this deck for a bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to split it and see what this side says. The Rose's Kiss. The rose is known to be a very high frequency flower, and the ladybug, good luck. So let's see what this card says. And it's number 9 divine. Number 9, divine, because the rose is a divine flower. It's known as the highest frequency. So, joy, experiencing pleasure, deep satisfaction and enjoyment, desires, acknowledged 5 sensory reality. Keep a deep breath and center on the feeling of joy. Can you allow your senses to awaken and connect with your innate desire to experience all life has to offer? Pleasure is part of life. Let yourself surrender to it today. Our modern times often present a false ideal of how we are meant to experience the world. Connections are lost and distorted by our over-reliance on technology. Just look around and see how many people actually maintain eye contact or engage in conversation instead of tapping away at a screen. Pause and consider how you can make more intimate contact. Contact, connecting with nature, enjoying the sensual pleasures of sex, and or being aware of the sensual of taste, touch, smell, sight and sound by the important right now. How do your sheets feel? Can you reach out and feel the heat and softness of your companion animal nested beside you? Be present to another person, see them and let yourself be seen. Your 5 senses are aching to be engaged right now. This is an invitation to get out of your head and into your body. You may be a spiritual and intelligent being, but right now the emphasis should be on having a sensory experience. This is a sacred part of this gift of life. By being present to the sensual world, you invite an even deeper spiritual experience. Amazing, isn't it? Perhaps it's really is time to stop and kiss the roses, which is funny. Hi Angel, because you need your coffee and listening. I've got some primroses outside, some white ones, white yellow. I've also been eating them because you actually can look into it. To me they tasted quite peppery, but when I was just picked one and I got a friend to eat one yesterday, because you can put them on your salad. Certain flowers you can put on your salad, look into it. I was feeling the softness of the petals, sensory softness. We did come here to experience the physical, because the spiritual body, our soul within, is in this vessel to be able to touch, smell, to touch the physical world. Because when we're not in the physical body, in the physical world, we're elsewhere, but we can't experience that. It's different, if you get what I'm saying. So enjoy the world while you're here before it's too late. Not too late in a bad sense, just before we go elsewhere. Enjoy what you were meant to enjoy in here. There's only things been done to take us away from that. That's what I'd say anyway. So yeah, so I've got 2 more decks to do. So we've got Angel A in the house as well. So beautiful messages. And like I said, I can feel a shift again, even within myself. I feel a lot calmer, a lot more focused. Don't always know where I'm being taken, but I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm going to do fairies, because fairies are like fun energy, cheeky energy, all that sort of energy. So we're gonna, because we need more fun in our lives, more joy, remembering to smile, remembering to laugh, even about what's going on or has gone on. Laugh at yourself as well, because I do. Someone stuck a clamp on me on Saturday night, and I came home in a taxi, and I was like, who stuck that on me? I don't know who it was, but I had to laugh. Because I'd been walking around all night with this clamp on. Yeah, it's a nice deck. This is a nice deck as well, the Oracle of the Fairies. I think I've got a new Oracle deck coming, actually. Oh, one's just flipped over straight away, or was it 2? Yeah, 2. Right, I'll go for a 3 then. Yeah, so I'm excited because, like I said, I've had a lot of downloads coming in about my art and how that's taken a turn of not what I thought before with art. Because I heard Joanne Dunn saying as well about her, how when she first woke up she used to paint and do a lot of art because it's how she was interpreting what was coming in rather through writing, which is what I've done as well, so it was interesting. And we've got Indigo Heart in as well. And she was saying about her eyes were light. Well, I was looking at my eyes, and I do this every now and again, yesterday in the mirror thinking, you probably can't tell on here, they look a lot lighter, a bit greener, because mine are hazel, they have different colours in. And I was like, It's going to be the light coming in. Lots of energies. But yeah, it was interesting anyway. So I've just picked up the journey, transformation, which we're all doing, and the inner child. So the journey, I love that it's a hare, if you know the meaning of a hare, especially with spring. It's time to prepare for a journey. It may be, I'll say this, impromptu, me and my reading, or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready for when the time comes. Pack your passport now. I sort of see that as the journey that we're on. We know there's things coming with new energy in, and we know we're going to be here to help, you know, and not putting a date on it at a time. And basically, as it says here, make sure you're ready when the time comes, because there's going to be a time. And that's why we're clearing a lot of negative energies out now to help, even in ourselves. Even healers who may have been doing it for years are doing it still as well, because we're always doing that, because we take on a lot of energy of other people as well. And there's going to be a time, and we'll all know it's happening anyway, but that's going on. Or maybe you are moving away or taking a journey somewhere that maybe, you know, you have to go somewhere else because things are changing and you might need new scenery for a holiday to recharge. Or maybe you're moving away to another country because you know that's where you need to be. Everybody's where they need to be right now at the right time, and even if you go somewhere, it's because that's where you need to be. Transformation, and we've got the butterflies, as I always love. That's why I have butterflies on there. Caterpillar to a butterfly is what we're all doing. This fairy tells you to surrender to the transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. Who says that? And the best is yet to come. So just keep claiming, keep focusing on what you need to do, and you'll see more and more of the good things that are coming. And then, like the card says, the best is yet to come. I will be digging out my Red Dawn. I'll be digging out passports soon. So that's fabulous. So inner child. We've all got to remember to have joy. The inner child within us is still there. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child, and this is what I was just saying before. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly, fun, but stay safe with it. So yeah, it's all about fun. It's all about being silly, but being safe with it and bringing your inner child out. Because especially in the past few years, what's going on, some people have got too serious. They've forgotten about that sort of energy, the fun, the joy. Doesn't mean because it looks like there's negative things going on that you can't be in joy, because there's lots of beautiful things going on as well. So to remember that, I'm just going to do one more before I go, because I'm still rejigging this room, and I've got to go shopping as well to get some bin bags and some bits and bobs for clearing out. And I've got to go and pick Finn up today, which would be nice because I've not done that for ages. So he probably won't even like it because he's not used to me picking him up. So we're going to do, because we know it's all about the heart and it's about our soul, I'm going to do the heart and soul deck. So let me get these the right way. They're a bit difficult to do these because they're heart shaped and a bit bonkers to hold, but I'll try. Oh, and I've got to ring my mum in a minute as well. I said at dinner time, so I'm going to have to go and do that. I think I'm just going to split these because they are a bit of a weird deck to shuffle. I'm going to go with whatever this one is. It is, oh sorry, I've got another one underneath. It is, it's like two trees. Yeah, it is two trees. See the two trees with the hearts in the middle? I drew a picture of it like that actually, that's funny. It says on the back, Passion reunites, and within the flawless patterns of each other's soul, you discover inner peace. You are caressed by each other's love, and this unfolds as endless blessings. Place to no restriction on one another. Be firmly grounded within each other's soil, but allow enough space for your branches to sway freely so that you each may dance to the song of your own spirit, which is really funny because we were talking about something the other day, some friends, of a couple that are together and one tries to control the other and not let them sort of do what they want to do. And I said, I can't do that. When you're younger, sometimes you are a bit more controlling. And then a friend said, it's funny because you two, your fella has said, he loves the way I let him be him. Doesn't necessarily mean I like everything, but I'm just like, I need to be me, he needs to be him. People like to put conditions on people, and if it's about unconditional love, they like to put what's the word? Conditions the right word, like expectations of what they think someone should be because of how they are, or the expectations that were put on them from family and their family, you know. Talked about that before, so I don't do that. Like, you do what you want to do, blah 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 blah, you know, all in good intention, but you know, I'm not going to be saying you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, blah blah blah. And I tell you, one of the cutest things is, because he's in there, is when we go to bed, no matter what, we always give each other a cuddle and a kiss. We have a bit of a cuddle. We turn over because I have to sleep on the right side, he has to sleep on his left side. It's hilarious. I've said this before, but we always put the soles of our feet together. That's what we always do. Our feet will find each other, and we'll be that way when we've had a cuddle, and we'll put our soles of our feet always have to go together, which I always think that's really cute because souls, your soul, energy coming down, and it's like connecting in my head. Anyway, I just think, and every time we do that, I always think, oh, that's so cute. So we're still connected, even though we've turned over and we're going to sleep. We're still like, our feet will find each other, and we always have to have soul to soul. Our feet, soul to soul. Just chucking it out there. Didn't really have to tell you that, but I have. I think I've told you before. But yeah, never go to bed mad. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. It's not. We don't argue a lot anyway. We have different opinions sometimes, and we can get a bit triggered, but we never do that because we know, you know, you don't want to be doing that. You could wake up and whatever, but yeah. So no, we never do. We never do. We actually are affectionate. We always give each other kisses and cuddles when we come back from work and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, some people are not like that, that's fine, but it's just what we tend to do personally, and it's just like a natural thing. But the feet soul to soul thing makes me laugh. It's cute. It fills me with lots of joy, that I'm like, I like. That's lovely, just how it should be. I'm a free spirit, and if I can't breathe freely, then it has to go, which I just did, and it didn't even get to the relationship stage. Freedom is a must. Yeah, or you've just got to learn that there's a lot of people in relationships, especially when you're younger, they get together and they just think they can control people, and you're not. Even like they get married and they think, oh, I've got a ring on, thinking, oh, I'm allowed to do this. Like, you're not here to control anybody. There's going to be aspects of things in people that you're a bit like, but we're all like that. We all have different aspects of ourselves, like I said. There's a dark and light side of us. Sometimes we can be moody. I can be moody. I know that about myself. I put that thing up about Pisceans. But I'm also a good soul as well and have lots of good positivity. But it's learning about that and loving that side of yourself and loving others even when they are in a bit of a struggle, because we all do it. But yeah, to have expectations on your partner or anyone else around you is not, you know, conditions. I'm only going to be your friend if you do this, this and this. And when you're a bit of a, you know, I don't want to, it's like, no, it doesn't work like that. You normally learn that over the years anyway. Relationships aren't supposed to be miserable. No, wish more felt that way. Yeah, there you go. What Red Dawn said. Yeah, exactly. You've got to be free in a relationship. That doesn't mean some people might think, oh, in a relationship means you can go off and do what you want with other people. It's like, well, maybe some people do. Don't mean that. I mean, just free to express. You should be able to have a different opinion. Like, sometimes I'll be like, I'm going doing this now because I feel like I need to do it. You might be doing something else. You can go off with your friends and play tennis and go to the gym. You know, you get some women, and vice versa, they have to be joined at the hip. Nothing wrong with that, because we're quite close with each other, but it's like, you need to go and do your man thing with your men, with your friends as well. Like, you know, go to the gym, get that energy out, go and play tennis. I don't have to be always there, because I'm quite one of them that if I'm left on my own, I entertain myself with all sorts, art, whatever it is. I'm quite, some people find it hard to, I don't, and I'm quite happy in myself, and I'm quite happy. I like going out. I had a laugh on Saturday, but I'm also quite happy staying in because I can entertain myself all day long, myself, even in my own thoughts. So I'm a Piscean, imaginative. So yes. So I'm just going to play a bit of the heart chakra bowl, and then I'm going to go. But I did say at the beginning, if you didn't hear, I've actually bit the bullet and trust in the universe that it's all going to come back, which I do believe it will. I have purchased 7 bowls for me and others to help heal. So I was a bit like having a heart attack, and then went, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to trust the universe. I'm going to do it. So I've done it. So that's that. Done, dusted. So yeah. So before I go, thanks for the cards. Thank you, Red Dawn. Birds outside. So if you want to sit and listen and just breathe in deeply, and like I said, I'll be doing a lot more of this anyway. I just go with what I like and what gives me joy. Thank you, Mark, and you too for tomorrow. I'm sure you'll be just fine. Think of me, I'll be there at 9 on Wednesday, so, like, don't know what I'm doing. Ooh. Gotta laugh at yourself. I won't know what I'm doing, so. But it'll be fine. Just think of everyone with no clothes on. Just, yeah. It'll be grand, yeah. Think of it as change, because things are changing and we're getting took out of our comfort zone, so it could be a really good thing. Could really end up liking it. I could really end up liking this. And I might want to work in the mundane and do this on the side, so who knows? Hi Zal, I'm going now. Coming in at the end. Good day, Dolly and crew. Yeah, I know it's too close to the mic, but I can't move back because I've got the bed behind me. I said this at the beginning. I know I need to sit back further, and when I get my 7, I'll be sat on the floor, and I'll be putting the camera further down. But just for today, you're just going to have it this close. Yeah. I figured that out the other day, especially with my C drum. Oh my god, that C drum's too close. It's because I'm so used to sitting close to camera, I forget. So when I've got a little rug coming, so I can sit down on a soft area, and I'll be able to put it further back like most people do who do it. So yeah, thank you Indigo for helping me there with that. But yeah, I realised the other day, because I do listen back to when I'm playing, and I was like, yeah, that's too near to the doodah. This picks up more than my phone does, so I think when I'm doing it normally, I'm going to be doing it on my phone. I'll be doing a few tests anyway, so you can all let me know. But yeah, this is too close. Anyway, I'll shut up a minute. I've also got like mixer and stuff on here which I don't know what to do with, so that's probably my audio thing. Oh, you missed a lot. I'll have to go back and watch. And Mystical has come in as well, but I'm just about to go because I've got to run off to the shop because I'm cleaning, cleansing, clearing still. I've got to ring my mum and I've got a few bits to go. I start a new job on Wednesday. So does Mark in chat, so we're like, but we're just trusting the universe. I have purchased some bowls. I did freak out, but it's actually cheaper for me to buy the 7 bowls than it is to go individual, which I thought I was going to do, but I bit the bullet. And yeah, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm trusting the universe, and I will see you soon. So thanks for coming in. I will see you. I may see you tomorrow. I may see you tomorrow before I start work. Might have another little chat. But basically, the energies are: stay focused on you, bring back the joy, because I even cut that off a little bit. And we had the tree with the fruits, didn't we? So, you know, if you want positive tasting, beautiful fruits, you need to put positive and beautiful thoughts and feelings and action out there in the world to grow your fruits into something beautiful. And I will see you very soon. Like I said, we're all still cleaning, cleansing, letting go, so we can bring new energies in. I've been saying this for months and months and months and months. I gotta get a job. Been saying that for about a year. Yeah, it will come in. You keep looking at stuff and doing things and you will. So if you've just come in, you might have to obviously go back to the beginning to see what I was talking about. I will see you soon. Yeah, thank you, Indigo. I don't know what it's not really. I sort of got found for me, but I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll just see. But that's not my sole job. Do you know what I mean? You can still have a job and a sole job align each other, and then it may go to that. So that doesn't bother me yet. It's just like that's what I need to do at the minute, because if I weren't doing that, I wouldn't be able to accumulate what I need in my healing room. So it has to be coming from somewhere, do you know what I mean? Till that progresses, if you get what I'm saying. Another chat for another day, because people need to understand how that works as well. I will see you very soon. Have a great Monday, Moon Day, reflecting, and yeah, go kick some ass today. I've got to go. Yeah, see you soon. Bye. I'm forgetting how to switch this off.